Okay, everybody, it's time now to discuss our lesson for today. Now, Maylin and Nicholas go to the drugstore, or the druggist, or the pharmacist greets them. Hi, how are you? How can I help you? He could also say, what can I do for you? What would you like today? And Nicholas says, well, what do you have for a toothache? I've got a toothache and I need to take some medicine so it doesn't hurt so much.
Of course. Well, the pharmacist wants to know how long his tooth has been hurting. Has it just started hurting? Was it a day ago or was it a month ago? Sometimes your tooth can just keep hurting unless you do something about it, unless you take care of it, right? Well, Nicholas says it's been hurting on and off for a few days. This is a very popular phrase we use. To do something on and off means you do it for a short period of time, but not regularly over a long time. So maybe someone has been smoking on and off for 10 years. They haven't smoked every single day. Well, they stop, and then they start again, and then they stop and they start again. You know, I can say I've been performing on and off for the last, 10 years. I don't perform regularly anymore, but I do perform sometimes. So this is a really good phrase for you to learn if you do something for a short period, but not all the time.
You could also use it to describe the weather. Oh, it's been raining on and off for the past week. Okay, here on and off is our shortcut for you, so let's take a closer look and then we'll continue with our explanation.
Shortcut for you.
How long have you been in Taiwan?
Well, I've been living here on and off for about 5 years.
You keep getting on and off?
No, on and off means that sometimes you do something and sometimes you don't. I first came to Taiwan about 5 years ago, but since then I've been back to America a few times. So I've lived here on and off.
I know. On and off means 断断续续.
I guess so. My Chinese still isn't very good, even though I've been studying it for years.
That's because you only study on and off. You need to keep going.
I know.
Well, his tooth has been hurting on and off for a few days, and I'm sure he's tired of the pain. Maylene said, hey, you should hear him groaning. She says this to the pharmacist. I think she's making fun of her friend. Tom, can you groan for us? Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah. It's a sound that we make when we are really uncomfortable, especially when we're in a lot of pain. And that's how he's been feeling. In fact, that's what Maylene says. I think he's in a lot of pain.
We use this construction quite frequently to be in a certain condition. I'm in pain, or I did something bad at school, so I'm in trouble. Or I borrowed a lot of money from my friends, so now I'm in debt. I owe them money. But here he's in pain. He is in a situation where he feels a lot of pain.
Yeah, pain simply means that feeling when part of your body hurts. Ooh, it's not fun, is it? Well, the pharmacist says, well, if it's serious, if the pain is very serious, I'd recommend that you go see... And he doesn't get to finish. Nicholas interrupts him. Well, if you recommend that someone do something, it just means you're suggesting something for them to try. Usually because you have experienced it yourself and you think it's a good idea for them to try it. Recommend here is our word power word. Let's listen to some more explanation.
Power.
Welcome to Word Power. Today's word is recommend. Today, the pharmacist wanted to recommend that Nicholas see a dentist. Recommend is a verb and means to advise someone, especially if you have special knowledge of a subject. A chef might recommend that you try a certain kind of food. We often say, recommend doing something. For instance, if you're looking for something fun to do, I recommend going to the art exhibit at the museum. Recommend can also mean that you think something or someone is good. For example, I would recommend Chris for the basketball team. He's really good. That's all the time we have for Word Power. Thanks for listening.
So, of course, if you go see a doctor or a dentist, those people are going to recommend things for you to take or things for you to do. So here the pharmacist thinks that he should go see, I think the pharmacist wants to say dentist here, but Nicholas does not want to hear that. He says, no, really, it's not that bad. It's just a little sore. I did mention the word sore in our last program. It just means something hurts, but I usually think of the word sore as describing something that happens as the result of some kind of injury, like I have sore muscles from exercising, things like that.
Yeah, if something's sore, it doesn't cause you to groan in pain. No, but if you're in pain, it hurts so much, you can't think about anything else. So I think Nicholas is kind of lying here. I think it hurts more than he's saying. He asked the pharmacist, so what do you have? He wants to know what kind of medicine the pharmacist has to give to him.
That's right. That's what he asks. And the pharmacist, well, says, since you don't have a prescription, I can only recommend over-the-counter medication or medicine or drugs. Now, a prescription is special permission that a doctor gives you to buy certain kinds of medicine, because medicine sometimes is very strong stuff and it might be dangerous if you don't take it correctly. So you'll need a doctor's prescription for it. But if you don't have a prescription from a doctor, you can get medicine over the counter. You did explain this earlier, but it just means medicine that you can buy in the store without having to talk to a doctor first.
Yeah, a doctor will usually just give you a small piece of paper with the medicine he's recommending, and he'll sign his name. These pieces of paper are very important. If you lose it, you have to go back to the doctor to get another one. You can't just ask the pharmacist for some of this prescription medicine. Okay, everybody, it's time for our Chinese teacher, and then we'll be back.